Hello friends, I am Pradeep Yadav here. Today I am going to discuss why stopping transmission of coronavirus is so important. As you know, in last video I had discussed how coronavirus is transmitted in the environment. Now today in this video I am going to tell you why it is important to stop the transmission of coronavirus. You know, COVID-19 is a new disease, and so stopping transmission really is the best way we have to mitigate the impact of the pandemic. Let's review again what happens when someone is infected. They develop signs and symptoms of disease usually about 5 days after they are infected, but up to 14 days after their infections, and then they themselves are able to infect others 2 days before they get sick, particularly on the day that they get sick, and they are still able to infect people as long as they have sign and symptom, which is at least 10 days. So, let us imagine that they have contact with someone else on the day that they are sick, really as they begin to feel ill. That person, let us assume, will have a 5-day incubation period. So, after they are infected, they will develop signs and symptoms 5 days later. Here you can see that after the develop sign and symptom, they will have disease for 10 days. We can also see in the yellow highlighted area here, when here we are talking about here when they are infectious. So, you can see that they are infectious 2 days before they become ill, which is really only 3 days after they were infected. So, if you want to interrupt transmission, if we want to stop transmission of COVID-19, we have to find people who have been infected. We have to limit the number of people that they have contact with, so that the transmission chain would not keep going. But you can see in the systematic why that is very difficult to do, because very quickly after their infection they will themselves become infectious and able to transmit to other people. So, that means that as you can see here, the windows of opportunity for us to act and find those people who have been exposed, find the people who are infected but are not sick yet, and ask them to change their behavior to limit their contact with other people to stop the transmission. That window of opportunity is very short. It happens very quickly. So, our public health system have to respond very quickly when we find cases of COVID-19 and try to find everybody who has been exposed to those cases, so that we can take some action and stop transmission. Next, I want to introduce you to another concept that is called reproductive number. You may also hear it referred as or not, you can say, because if you want to easily understand, then definitely you can represent is or not. Here in the title I have already mentioned. The reproductive number is the number of people that one infectious person will go on to infect everyone they have contact with susceptible to the disease. It is good way to think about how fast a disease can spread in the population, and the higher the reproductive number, the more people who will be infected over the course of any outbreak. You can see in the figure some important number for or not here. and how the number of infected people would change over time depending on what the reproductive number is. So, in the blue line here, in blue line, you can see the number of infected people looks like if the reproductive number is 1. If the reproductive number is 1, this means that every infected person infects just one another person. So, over time the number of infected people will not change, it will stay constant. Now, what happens if the reproductive number is less than 1? Here, that is what shown in the purple line here. So, over time if each person infects less than one person, so sometimes an infected person will infect someone else, but sometimes infected people would not infect anyone at all. On the average, it is less than 1%. Over time, the total number of infected people will come down. What happens if the reproductive number is 2 here? That means each infected person will infect 2 other people. That line is shown in red here, and we can see that if the reproductive number is 2, the number of infected people will increase quickly over time. Although typically we think about the difference between 1 and 2 as not being very much, the difference between a reproductive number of 1 and reproductive number 2 is huge in terms of the number of people who will ultimately be infected. So, everything we can do to try to get the reproductive number closer to 1 will help us to control the speed of disease. So, what is reproductive number for coronavirus, or to say it is another way, on the average how many other people will 1% infected with this virus infect? Let us look at some examples. So, here in this figure you can see that there is an infected person here in this color, represented by a purple dot in middle, and there are gray dots all around. Those represent the close contact of this infected person. Now, measles is another virus that you may heard before. Measles is one of the most infectious virus that we know of. The reproductive number for measles is 15. That means that each person with measles can infect up to 15 other close contacts. As you can see in this picture, this is infected person, this is close contact, and this is where disease has been spread. In this figure, we are looking at Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome. That is another type of coronavirus. MERS is not very infectious. On average, each infected person, which is shown here in the purple dot, will infect less than one another person. You can see that in the dot just above that partially covered in red. So, MERS usually does not cause very large outbreak. We have discussed two types of coronavirus. One is measles. In that we can see that one infected person can spread the virus in 15 people, but in case of this type of coronavirus, it is going to infect only less than one person. Now let us look at the reproductive number of COVID-19. On average, each person with COVID-19 will infect 2 to 3 other people, and you can see that represented here. You can see here COVID-19 just going to infect 2 or 3 person. There are 2.5 close contact dots that are covered in red, showing that those are the people who are going to be infected. This reproductive number of 2 to 3 is very similar to reproductive number for influenza virus. Now and you can see that here for comparison, people infected with influenza virus on average infect 2 to 3 people if everyone they have contact with is doubtful. So, a reproductive number of 2 may sound small, but even a reproductive number of 2 can create a large outbreak, if each infected person infects just 2 other people, the size of outbreak doubles quickly, as you can see in this figure, in this slide. Here you can see one person infected, 2 person this infected, another person this infected. Though thus speed of a virus carry in the environment. Okay, if you can prevent just one infection, so that each person infects only one person instead of here you can see one person, how one person can infect many other person. One is just infected 2 person, this one 2, this one 2. Thus we can find out how transmission occurs in the environment between the population. Now here, if we can prevent just one infection, talking about this, this you can consider this, so that each person infects only one person instead of 2. We can have a big reduction in number of cases over time. So you can see on this figure, if the first person infects only one person, and that person infects only one person, and that person infects only one person, you end up with only 4 cases in this outbreak, instead of 15 that would have otherwise occurred if you had not have stopped some transmission. Just because you can't stop all transmission doesn't mean that you can't have a big impact on slowing down on the outbreak. So just by taking 2 examples, definitely you can find how it is important to stopping the transmission of coronavirus. Here you can see one person infect 2 person, and that person infect 2 other person, that person also infect 2 other person. So in this type you can see only one person can infect 15 persons. Okay. Now here you can see, if you are going to stop at this position, so that will infect only one, so only 4 cases occurred in this type of stoppage. So that's why if you want to stop the transmission of virus, so definitely we have to stop. That's why stopping out transmission is so important. So thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment and share this video. Thank you.